To the outside world, Zara was the girl every other girl wanted to be. She drove into town in her silver convertible, sunglasses perched perfectly on her nose, hair cascading like silk in the afternoon breeze. She laughed easily, waved generously, and always looked like she had stepped out of a magazine cover. When she entered a room, heads turned, men whispered, women envied, and everyone believed she had it all: beauty, wealth, and that effortless confidence that money seemed to polish. But when the last friend left, when the driver parked the car in the garage and the maid retired for the night, Zara became just a girl in oversized pajamas, sitting cross-legged on her sofa, munching chin-chins straight from the nylon bag while scrolling through her phone. Her makeup gone, hair pulled into a loose bun. She looked like any other 20-something tired, craving warmth, longing for something real. And tonight she was crying. Again. Her phone lay on the coffee table, screen cracked from how hard she had thrown it earlier. The words still echoed in her ears. "It's not working, Zara. You're too much for me." That was the third time. The third man who had left her with the same rehearsed line. She pressed her knees to her chest, hugging herself, mascara staining the edge of the pillow she had buried her face in. A gentle knock sounded at the door. "Z?" The voice was deep, warm, cautious. Her shoulders sagged. She knew that voice too well. Daniel. He didn't wait for an invitation. He never did. He opened the door and stepped in. Tall frame filling the doorway, his black t-shirt stretching over his broad shoulders. His eyes caught hers, instantly red, swollen, defeated eyes. He closed the door behind him quietly, as though afraid of startling her. "Another one?" he asked softly. Zara nodded, her lips trembling as she tried to smile. "You don't have to say it. I know I look pathetic." Daniel crossed the room in 3 strides and sat beside her on the sofa. Not too close, but close enough for her to feel the heat of his body. He didn't rush to hug her. He just sat, waiting. That was his way. Patient. "You don't look pathetic," he said, his voice low, steady. "You look human." Zara let out a shaky laugh, wiping her tears with the back of her hand. "To the rest of the world, I'm untouchable. And here I am, falling apart over men who never loved me." Daniel tilted his head, studying her. His jaw tightened as though he was fighting words he wanted to say. Instead, he reached out, slowly, and brushed a strand of hair from her face. His fingers lingered a second too long, and she noticed. Her breath caught. "I don't know why I keep choosing wrong," she whispered, eyes glistening. "Because you think you have to prove you're worth more than your money," Daniel said gently. "But the right person already knows you are." The silence that followed was heavy, almost electric. She stared at him, her heart thudding in her chest. His hand was still half lifted, hovering near her cheek, as though waiting for permission. "Daniel." Her voice was barely above a whisper. "Yes?" His eyes searched hers, steady, unflinching. Something in her broke open the loneliness, the vulnerability, the years of him being her safe place. She leaned forward before she could stop herself, pressing her lips against his. It wasn't a dramatic kiss at first. It was soft, hesitant, almost questioning. But then his hand slid to the back of her neck, pulling her closer, and she melted into him with a shudder. For the first time in years, Zara didn't feel like the perfect, untouchable girl the world adored. She felt like herself, ordinary, messy, real. And in Daniel's arms, that was more than enough.